All right. Good evening, everyone. Call to order, Plan Commission, St. Charles, October the 7th. Roll call, Colleen Visa. No. Zach Ewald. Jeff Funk.
Here.
Gary Gruber.
Here.
John Fitzgerald. Dave Rosenberg.
Here.
Gina Lawson. And Rita Paley.
Here.
All right, great. Thank you. Pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Presentation of our meeting minutes from August 19th. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item 5, St. Charles Motorcycle Museum, 1317 East Main Street. This is an application for a special use amendment submitted by Fox Valley Capital, LLC, for the St. Charles Motorcycle Museum. This will be done in 2 parts. First part is the public hearing for the special use. It is the role of the Plan Commission to conduct public hearings on zoning applications that are filed in the city. All testimony and evidence, both for and against this application, shall be given under oath. Regarding our procedure, first staff will provide a summary, then the applicant will make a presentation, and then we'll take questions from the Plan Commission, followed by questions and comments from the public. When the Plan Commission feels it has gathered enough evidence to make a recommendation to the Planning and Development Committee of the City Council, we will close the public hearing. The Plan Commission will then discuss the evidence gathered relative to the findings of fact and vote on a recommendation. Before we begin, anyone who wishes to offer any testimony, including asking questions or providing comments, will be sworn in. If you could all stand if you're here for this application. Do you swear that the testimony you will provide tonight will be the truth? If so, please say, I do. I do. Great, thank you. When you do speak, please come to the lecterns, state your name, spell your last name, and provide your address for the record. We have a court reporter. I will note that in the official meeting packet was on the website, so our public hearing is based on the information that was in record at that time. Ellen? Thank you.
Thank you. The subject property is the Motorcycle Museum, the existing business at 1317 East Main Street. Last year, the city granted a special use for a cultural facility, as you may recall. The museum has since expanded some of its operations to include a bar within the facility. The property owner and the business owner is also interested in adding a restaurant component in the future. Both a bar and a restaurant require special use approval in this zoning district, so the applicant is requesting to amend its existing special use to include these additional uses. They have provided a site plan showing current improvements to the lot, and then an alternative plan which shows a potential future addition for a kitchen. And that future, alternative future plan does meet all zoning requirements in terms of bulk and zoning standards. There will need to be an additional setback provided along Main Street when the parking lot is redone, and that's reflected on the alternative plan as well. So that plan would be attached to the special use approval for this property. And with that, I can turn it over to Peter Bezos, the attorney for the applicant.
Good evening, Plan Commissioners. My name is Peter Bezos, an attorney from Elgin. I represent the petitioner, Fox Valley Capital. Here with me this evening is the owner, Andy Kazara. Ellen gave a brief report, and her staff report to you was very thorough, so I'm going to try and not be redundant. I'll just make a few comments, and then Andy would like to speak to you about his success so far as a museum that was approved last year, and why he's asking for 2 more special uses. So the site plan is before you, and the building is as existing. The only changes at some point will be that little red cross-hatched area that would be the restaurant expansion, or I'm sorry, not the restaurant, but the kitchen expansion to supply food to the restaurant, which we're asking as a special use. That'll be up to Andy as to when, but I think he just said to me he expects to begin that soon. He would have to apply for permits, et cetera, for that. So essentially, in 2024, as Ellen said, well, this property is already zoned BL, business local, and in 2024, you approved a special use for a cultural facility, which resulted in the motorcycle museum. This evening, we're just asking to amend the existing special use ordinance to add 2 more special uses, a special use for restaurant and a special use for a tavern bar. Both of these requested special uses are enumerated in your BL ordinance, BL district of your city code as allowable special uses. And I don't know if anybody's ever said this to you before. My guess is you've heard it, is when a city council, the corporate authorities of the city, create a zoning ordinance and they divide the city into districts, and then they designate some uses as permitted and others as special. Our Supreme Court has said that the designation of a use as a special use means that the city council has already found that use to be consistent with other permitted uses in the district. And the only reason they've designated it as a special use is because by the nature of the use, if there's any unique characteristic of the property in question that you may, or that doesn't apply to other properties in the BL district, that you may decide not here because of that unique condition, but somewhere else in the BL district. So for example, if there were a church next door, you might say, well, we don't want a restaurant, a tavern and bar next to a church, but there is none of that. So in fact, the property is zoned BL. Directly across the street and to the north is also BL. The property to the south is M1 Manufacturing. And this property, as you know, fronts on Main Street, Route 64. So since its inception in 2024 as a motorcycle museum, Mr. Kazara has turned this facility into something amazing inside. And I'm going to show you some pictures that I took. I hope they're decent, but they were. So when I walked in and after we met with Ellen the last time, and he said, come on and see the museum. So I walked in and I think my mouth hit the floor, my jaw. This museum is absolutely beautiful inside. It has displays of incredible motorcycles, ancient or old, very old motorcycles, more of the same. That's the existing beer and wine facility, and some tables and chairs that people sit at, and some more motorcycles. And look at that old Harley Davidson. In any event, this is a really special place, and this explains, and Andy will tell you why his following has been so incredible. But when his patrons come, they want to not only have some food to eat, they sometimes come from long distances. They also want to have a beverage that you would normally get at a tavern. He believes, and I agree, that allowing a tavern bar with a restaurant is going to do nothing other than increase the retail and consumer patronage along Main Street, which is one of your commercial corridors. Andy will benefit. We think that the city of St. Charles will benefit. I want to mention that we comply with we believe we comply with the findings that, with the standards for special use that you need to find in order to recommend approval. And I'll just be real quick about it. The special use will serve the public convenience at the proposed location This was previously a restaurant, then a storage facility for a nearby automobile dealer, and most recently, a cultural museum. The owner believes that through the approval, more beneficial commerce and revenues will come to the city. Second standard, there is adequate utilities, access roads, drainage, and necessary utilities. That's certainly the case. Along Main Street, the road is more than sufficient and all the utilities are in and functioning. The third standard is that the special use will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of properties in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted, nor diminish or impair property values. The requested special use is within the BL district. It's an enumerated special use, the two of them. The other uses around us are not in any way going to be impacted, and they're all commercial in nature, commercial and industrial. The fourth is that the establishment of the special use will not impede the normal and orderly development of the surrounding property for uses. The surrounding property is already essentially fully developed. This will have no negative effect on further development. That the establishment, maintenance, and operation of the special use will not be detrimental to or endanger public health, safety, or welfare. Quite the contrary, we think it's going to do exactly what your business corridor and your BL zoning is intended to do, which is to draw more consumers to the city, provide more revenue. Our customers will be shoppers elsewhere in the city. The proposed special use will conform to all applicable provisions of the municipal code, and that is indeed true. There's no variances being asked for at all. So with that, if I may ask Andy to just step up and give you a few words about his vision, and then we're certainly ready to answer any questions. Thanks.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Andrew Koczwara, Koczwara. Address is 40W525 IL38, Elburn, Illinois, 60119. So when I opened the museum a year ago in March, and we started the business, that was a successful grand opening. We have almost 600 people attending the first day of the opening the museum. And during that time, I'm watching the business, how the business developed, what people need, what people are asking to have. We have many groups of riders coming from around the country, and even we have people visiting from other countries lately. Many riders who are riding from Minnesota, Wisconsin, they are asking for food. If we have some sandwiches, if we can provide something to eat. So that's where we come up with the idea of having a food truck on the side of the museum, which I was not aware we cannot have it because we are a cultural facility. We do have a bar with wine. Actually, we do have a full liquor bar now in the museum, which helps to bring more customers. We offer people some charcuterie boards, some wrap sandwiches, but that's not what people want. They consistently asking us, when you guys gonna have food? People love this place. People come in, like I said, to visit us from pretty much around the world. I just came back from Birmingham, Alabama. I represent the museum on the biggest vintage festival in the country. We have 1.5 million people attend this festival. We hand about 500 flyers to our museum. We're going to partner with Birmingham, which is a barber vintage museum. We're going to promote their museum in our stream, and they're going to promote our small museum in their stream. Currently, we have about 5,000 followers on social media. During given week, we have about 27,000 views on website and social medias also, and we are promoting this place as a St. Charles Motorcycle Museum. Many people asking if City of St. Charles owns this museum. We are saying, no, this is a privately owned collection. So I believe adding kitchen will bring even more customers. I'll be able to put together events which gonna bring people for 3 or 4 days. I would like to build next year because this is the first year when we, like I said, in a business. Next year I would like to build some kind of sequential events like a vintage bike weekend, which will bring the enthusiasts of vintage motorcycles to the city. We're working with a hotel baker, with hotels around us. They give us a great promotions for our customers, for visitors. So I see only benefit not only to a museum, but also to a city by bringing the food to the facility. Thank you.
I've got a couple questions. Yeah, what types of food are you going to be? Are you going to have black iron or a hood? You're going to be frying food?
We're gonna do a full kitchen.
Your full kitchen?
Yes, sir.
And so do you have a trash enclosure and a grease bin on site? I don't see any location on that in the site plan.
It's in the basement.
It's in the basement?
Yes.
The trash enclosure too?
The grease trap is in the basement, but when we're gonna build the kitchen, obviously the kitchen will be built to the standards which are required by the codes.
Okay, because I just don't see any area on the site that you could build that in. I guess the site plan, it seems somewhat conceptual, being hand drawn, and some of the dimensions, I've got issues with that. You've got a two-way that goes into a one-way, and then when you put that addition on for the kitchen, it's going to make that even tighter on the south end.
That actually, it is existing. I'm gonna say this is an old cooler, which is behind the building, so we won't change the dimensions of the building at all. Maybe we're gonna add 2 or 3 feet, but nothing gonna be changed. Where this red little boxes, there is an existing old cooler which was overused by the previous restaurant when the building was Rex Cork and Fork. So we're gonna turn down this and we're gonna build basically in the same place we're gonna build.
No, I get it, and whether it's right now, it just doesn't seem to work the way you have it laid out, where you have a two-way going into a one-way. So maybe you redesign the site plan so it's a one-way going all the way around and angle those parking spaces so you don't have people, because I don't see a turnaround, because if you come in south off of North Avenue, you're going to go right into the one-way. So I don't know how you stop, and I assume you're going to be busy because I live in the area and I appreciate everything you're doing, and you did a great job with the site, and I love the Polish food stands and everything coming out. So I have no issue with that. I'm just more concerned about the site plan layout than anything. So.
It seems though, doesn't it, Mr. Commissioner, that if we took the parking spaces on the left side and angled them,
right,
then
you create the flow. Correct.
We'll do that. We'll work with staff and the permit process. Okay.
Or maybe you put the addition on the west side of the building. It seems like you've got some space there where that turnaround, So I don't know. I just adding that. It's tight right now. You've got 15 feet. Once you add the addition for the kitchen, it's going to get even tighter. So I would just think about that. And then really, if you get have a location for the trash enclosure and even for
the trash enclosure can be on the south side of the building when this L is. Mm-hmm. We can actually, by the less emergency door we have, then we can build that.
Just draw it up, lay it out, make sure it works, and it doesn't, because you have a lot of stuff going on this small site. So
right.
I would just, and right now I see it's conceptual, so
it is.
Just things to think about when you're working on it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, and as far as are you guys going to move to hard liquor?
We already are.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. What are the hours?
11 to 7 Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 10 Friday, Saturday, and 11 to 7 on Sunday.
Okay. All right, that seems reasonable.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, I live in the area, I drive by it, and I appreciate what you guys have done, and I haven't been inside, but I'll be stopping by, so, thank
Please
you.
stop by.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have the intention to have food trucks on the property? I see that in the request.
Yes.
Is it multiple trucks?
Probably not at the given time, but I would change like every other week, bring different truck for people, yes.
But just one truck at a time.
Correct.
Yeah, one truck at a time?
One truck at a time.
Normal business operation?
Correct,
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
yes.
I just have some questions related to this outdoor entertainment area and how that will function. It looks like there's a pad in the back southeast corner, but I'm assuming that's for whatever, if you will, performer is there. So where do people gather to see the performer?
So on the south, this is conceptual, and I don't even know if we're gonna do it because we was asking for permit for the Oktoberfest this October, and I will decide to move the event indoor because it's a little bit too late in October, and I don't know what weather will be. So my plan was to build the stage in that corner, southeast corner, and then block or partially block the entrance from the east and put that seating, about 100 seating places in a tent on the south behind the building.
So when that happens, then you block circulation around the building?
Correct.
Okay, is that something that staff is aware of, and is that okay with safety?
Yeah, so a permit would be required for a special event or tent permit to construct a tent, and as part of that, there would be a site plan basically allowing for closure of a portion of the parking lot, whatever it is that he's proposing for a set number of, a given amount of time. So like a 2-day period or something like that. So yeah, that would be reviewed case by case on the event he's looking to do. But accessory to a bar or a restaurant, there can be outdoor entertainment on a regular basis without the need for a separate permit. And so I believe the intent was to identify a location on the site plan where outdoor entertainment could occur without impacting operations of the site, but could occur on a regular basis if he wants to end up doing that. But if he wants to have larger events like this Oktoberfest, that would require an additional permit.
Okay, so then he's going to remove temporarily parking spaces, either for a larger event or for a continuous use, potentially. I mean, so I'm just trying to understand how that's going to work. He's at 38 spaces, and he needs at least 31. So I don't see how that works on this site.
Well, yeah, the outdoor entertainment area he's showing now does not block spaces. I'm not sure how that would function if that were to be used without doing a larger area.
Can I just address, so if it isn't an unusually large event, we don't think it's going to block spaces. If it's a large event like Ellen described, that would be subject to a permit. It may be that Andy would have to, if permissible, would have to arrange for some parking on his neighbor's properties, and then is that allowable if we could park some of our cars, if we have to block off parking on our site, park next door for a special permit event?
For special permit events.
So we just have to deal with that. I mean, obviously, we can't have a lot of people and have no place for them to park.
So we have this donut place next door.
Mm-hmm.
We are supporting them. They actually saying their revenue spikes almost 30% ever since we moved there, because we're buying some sandwiches for, let's say, when we have a group of 30 riders coming from Wisconsin, I'm buying 30 sandwiches from them. And actually the owner, she says, they're not open, they only open until 2, I believe, p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. I think the Sundays they even close. And she says, you guys can park on our parking anytime, and this is basically the grass area which people can easily walk to the museum without even going on a street or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just, we're asked to approve something, and to me, you know, in the case of these outdoor events, but I don't see how it works.
Are we supposed to approve that? I mean, I thought you're just findings of fact, right?
So the site plan, I had asked them to demonstrate where the outdoor entertainment would be if set up. And outdoor entertainment can also just mean outdoor dining. So if he's intending to do outdoor dining in that location, if you were to approve this special use with this site plan, this conceptual level site plan, that would mean that any event that he wants to do that exceeds what this is shown would need a separate permit.
Correct.
I mean, I'm just looking at the size of this area that it's showing, and it's 20 by 20, basically. They're a little bit bigger than that. And so I'm just, you know, trying to understand all how the operational side of this works from the city and, if you will, kind of managing all that. So it sounds like there's some processes in place that he can do certain limited things, but then beyond that, he would need specialized permits that would come back and he could address block, removable parking, et cetera, et cetera.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
temporarily.
Trying to make sure I understand that it's part of the request. So one of the things that I was also curious in, if we're going to this is, it doesn't look to me like the site lighting looks very adequate. And so I'm just trying to understand if we're going to this level of work and improvement and encouraging more people to come, more public, okay? It just seems like there's very limited perimeter fixtures to provide lighting, and I'm just wondering, is that a future request by staff to provide, to make sure that adequate lighting, you know, that meets our standards for illumination?
Yeah, for new parking lots it would be. This is an existing lot, so there's not really a trigger to require lighting more than what they have now. But if that is definitely something that could be added as a condition to a special use such as this, to look at lighting and for site lighting to meet current standards.
Yeah. This is something what actually I'm working on right now, because there was the existing ladders around the property, and I absolutely hate that how it is right now, because if you are passing this property in the night, people still, we add the small open side because people are stopping by and saying, "Are you guys open? Come on in, we open." So I will be applying for the sign. Actually, I'm gonna design the sign like a custom sign with the motorcycle and 2 LED monitors, obviously with the standards, with beautiful steel plate saying St. Charles Motorcycle Museum. Then there's gonna be a motorcycle, and then we're gonna have the information LED screen, which is gonna inform people of the upcoming events, what we're doing there. We are open, stop by, and I'm actually talking to a person who's gonna design. We're gonna put those like carriage lanterns around the property, so it's gonna light up beautiful in the night. So I will be actually talking to a city for the permits and what we have to do if we need the permit, because there is an existing fixture right now. So I think this is just a matter of us to make this thing work.
Well, the fixtures that are there certainly are dated
But
from probably the beginning of the property.
Correct.
Or many, many years ago. And it would just seem that all the investment and the effort that you're putting in and the level of activity that you would want people to be able to effectively...
Would the commission would you be satisfied with him saying that as he continues to renovate and upgrade this property, he's going to work on putting probably down lighting on his building? I mean, it's ironic. I do a lot of zoning, and I've been here many times, and most of the time we're you know, the commission and the council is worried about spillage off our property lines, and this is the reverse, but he'll upgrade his,
I don't know that it's reverse. I would say that you can use a lot of downlight fixtures that have a lot of control and provide adequate
but
illumination.
you want to
without-
have more light, is what I'm saying, and usually it's like, is you're lighting too much, but anyway, we're on board with you.
I think the building, every single light has been fixed on the building when we remodel, so the downlights around the building are beautiful in the night. Maybe we're gonna add something in the pitch where the motorcycle stands outside of the building so people can see him more easily. But like I said, the ladder around, I have some conception to use like carriages ladders from 1800s, and that's actually, I'm talking to somebody who can fabricate them, and then we'll see if that will be, like I said, required additional permit to fix them, or it is existing, so we can basically proceed with fixing them.
Do you have site lighting in the back of the building?
Yes, sir.
Site lighting, right? Not just building lighting. Do you have,
Correct.
pedestal lighting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like 8-foot poles, but
Hmm.
like a residential style fixture on it, like a house fixture. Yeah. I appreciate all the work that you've put in, and while I am not a person who has any affinity for motorcycles, I love the motorcycles that are in your museum.
Thank
They
you.
look fabulous, absolutely fabulous, as historic pieces and machinery, and yeah, it's a great look. Thank you. It's great.
Thank you.
Any other comments from commissioners?
Just one quick comment. I too live in your neck of the woods over there, and you've been a great neighbor. You know, so I take that into consideration when I look, that you've been courteous with the cars and the traffic, and making it look so nice. So I too don't have an affinity for motorcycles. They scare me to death. But I can appreciate, you know, everything you've done on your site. Thank you.
I think I would just add on to that. I mean, I also live in the area, and I've been in there, and it's a fantastic upgrade to that property. Not to mention you have good live music in there too. So I'm very appreciative that it is what it is.
All right.
I am a fan of motorcycles. I don't own one, but I'm a fan. I'm more of a fan of the business model that you put in place and the investment you're making in our community. So thank you for that.
If there's no other questions from commissioners, is there anybody in the public? I realize the other two people probably are here for the other agenda items. So not seeing any. If the plan commission feels that they have enough information to make a recommendation, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye. All right, I guess officially I have to do roll call. So, Jeff Funk,
Yes.
Gary Gruber,
Yes.
Dave Rosenberg,
Yes.
Rita Payleitner,
Yes.
myself, yes. All right, thank you. So, with that in mind, I think we can move on to item 5B, which is our discussion and recommendation. This is an opportunity for the Plan Commission to discuss any information we've gathered any further in relationship to the findings of fact, which were in the report, and discuss those thoughts and have any recommendations. Is there anything from staff at this point? Okay, all right. So, floor is open for discussion. If there's any?
Yeah, I just, you know, I like the idea. I just think the site plan's conceptual, and I think it needs to be drawn up. And maybe that's one of our, you know, addendums, that he adds the trash enclosure, site lighting, and reconfigures the flow of traffic around the building.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm good.
Good point, sir. Then Seeing no further discussion, is there a motion at this point?
Yeah, I'll make a motion for approval for the St. Charles Motorcycle Museum at 1317 East Main Street. The Fox Valley Capital LLC application for special use amendment with the addendum of adding a trash enclosure, reconfiguring the flow of traffic, and incorporating site lighting.
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second. The motion is to approve the St. Charles Motorcycle Museum at 1317 East Main Street, special use application submitted by Fox Valley LLC for the Motorcycle Museum with the addendum of adding a trash enclosure, meeting city standards, kind of rechecking the site layout to make sure that we have circulation that works without dead ends or causing traffic conflicts by having one-way traffic run into two-way traffic, and having the site lighting meet current municipal standards for the use and for the zoning district. All right. With that in mind, roll call. Jeff Funk.
Yes.
Barry Gruber.
Yes.
Dave Rosenberg.
Yes.
Rita Payleiter.
Yes.
Myself, yes. That concludes item 5B. We'll move on to item 6. Pheasant Run Industrial Park.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pheasant Run Industrial Park Subdivision Phase 2. This is an application for a plat of subdivision submitted by GSI Family Investments of Arizona LLC. A public hearing is not required. Staff.
The subject property is the Pheasant Run Industrial Park, which is the former Pheasant Run Golf Course property. GSI Family Investments is the applicant and owner. They are proposing Phase 2 of the subdivision, which is intended for the fourth and final building in the industrial park. On the lot will be a 445,000 square foot industrial building with associated parking, detention basins at the south and east ends. There will also be 2 access drives to the east to Keel Road, and then internal cross-access to the remainder of the industrial park that has been built. There will also be off-site access easement for Keel Road access to the property, and those access points were included when this subdivision came through at preliminary and within that traffic study that was provided at the time as well. So this proposal is in conformance with the Phase 2 improvements that were intended on those preliminary plans. The applicant is present and will make a brief presentation.
One quick question. Is part of their detention on the east, was that part of an earlier, like months ago, kind of subdivision where that had to get added to the city that we used to be in West Chicago?
Yeah, yes. So this group looked at rezoning of that property that was to be annexed.
Right. Part of their detention.
Part of detention, and then those access drives to Keel Road. So this new lot incorporates half of that annexed land. The rest of the annexed land will be still owned by the airport, but the access drives will go over that airport property, and that's what that off-site easement will establish.
Got it. Thank you. That's what I thought. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marcia Owens. I'm the attorney for the applicant. I'm a partner at Honigman in Chicago. So tonight we're here, as Ellen said, for an application for final plat of subdivision for Pheasant Run Industrial Park Phase 2. Just for a bit of history to start, this is the site plan, or the subdivision plat, rather, that was approved for Phase 1. It subdivided the first 3 lots, Lot 1, 2, and 3, and the area that's outlined in green is part of the area that is the Phase 2 subdivision that we're talking about tonight. The Just to give you a visual, the green is that area from the initial plat of subdivision that was left unsubdivided with the Phase 1 plan. The yellow area is the area that you mentioned that was recently annexed from West Chicago. So it has been approved in terms of disconnection from West Chicago, annexation into St. Charles, and those documents are just being finalized. This is the final plat. So the green area that's outlined is the Lot 1 parcel that's being subdivided. It shows this annexed parcel over to the side, shows about half of that parcel will be platted as part of Lot 1. The eastern portion that abuts Keel Road will remain owned by the Airport Authority. This just better highlights the two access drives that are highlighted in yellow will be the new drives installed off of Keel Road. This also shows kind of where the detention will go in the additional land that was annexed. There'll be detention at the south end. Shows the building obviously in the center of the property, and then both vehicular and trailer parking on site. This is just a visual of the easement that's being granted. Keel Road is a private road that's owned by the DuPage Airport Authority, so they are granting an easement over the roadway to extend to the southern end of the property, as well as granting access easements over the two drives over that sliver of property that they're going to retain so that we can get from the roadway onto the property that will then be part of this platted lot. And with that, we'll take any questions.
Any questions, commissioners?
None for me.
The head shaking so far.
That's good. We've been here too many times.
No, I think this is pretty straightforward. That may be part of it.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Seeing none, is there a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion for approval for the Pheasant Run Industrial Park Subdivision Phase 2, GSI Family Investments of Arizona LLC, application for final plat of subdivision.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. I'll just add that, make sure we have included resolution of any last
Yeah.
staff comments.
Yeah, and including any staff comments.
To that, excuse me, to that motion. All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve the Pheasant Run Industrial Park Subdivision Phase 2, final plat of subdivision submitted by GSI Family Investments of Arizona LLC, with the only addition of resolution of all staff comments for action of the Planning and Development Committee. Roll call. Jeff Funk,
Yes.
Gary Zuber,
Yes.
Dave Rosenberg,
Yes.
Rita Payleitner,
Yes.
myself, yes. Thank you very much. Public comment? Ellen, business from staff? Next meetings?
I think we'll be canceling the next meeting, but I will confirm.
Okay. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Plan commission completed at 7:45.